All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we have a 4v4 in Creek, Peachtree Creek, I believe, is the name of the map. It was against. We were on the Union side as the 14th Corps, 10th Corps, 21st Corps, and I believe on the far right we had the 5th Corps. And it was Joshua, Chaotic Battles, Clueless, and myself versus the Confederacy, which was Hatler over here as Penders, Ethan K, who pops up here-ish in just a moment as, I believe he was Early's, and then we had Pickett's Division and one other, which was Wolf and Hunter Killer. All of the guys are from the Discord for the ACW mod, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and kick this off. I'm joined by Clue today, once again, to help me kind of pick apart what we could have done better and what we kind of fucked up on, see what happens.
Already kicking it off with a cav charge from me.
Yep. Just even before the artillery is fully set up, Clue immediately running through these early skirms.
Gotta say something about why. So the reason I did it may seem stupid, but they had already sent my cavalry, so I was like, I might as well take him out now. And then, Olympia, you were kicking me about this in this VC. You're like, get his artillery. Look, I told you it pulled away. Do you see now how I couldn't catch it? It was away.
Clue, you could have still caught it.
Because it's all the infantry popping up.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about getting a shot or two off. But I didn't push you hard to go after that. I did suggest it, but I pushed you hard to go after it with infantry later. And it might not have even been that one. It might be a different one. But I did push you hard to go after the party later with that.
Alright, I'm trying to charge this.
And it might have been suicide, but I still think it would have at least worked.
Oh yeah, his cav broke. He tried to...
Yeah, we had so many fucking skirmishers there, and they just got shattered. And then Chaotic managed to put all of his siege artillery across here and get some good early hits on their arty.
The thing is though, he turned it around to deal with me, so he was about to reach the skirmishers, but because he turned his back and didn't reach them, they were able to continue shooting. Like, I think I actually pulled my cavalry back down the hill and start kiting, so I realised, yeah, that happens. Yeah, do you see how I was slightly below the hill? I was kiting him.
Because you can't shoot down at this. Obviously not at this close. I mean, if it was far away, you might be able to lob it over, but yeah, if you can wait for them to shoot their shots worthlessly over the hill.
They reloaded in time. They reloaded in time just
you
to
broke
shoot me.
One. You do get hit by the other, if I remember, but
yeah, they come back and my cavalry comes back as well. I think they were too tired though. They were fully just tired.
Oh yeah, you are exhausted. Oh yeah, and this is when you called for me to pull off my arty. I didn't realize they were still targeting this. Oops. Oh hey, they got some good shots there. Immediately got like 5 or 6 kills on that volley. Oh,
yeah, I do.
Broke
I reach him, and then I break.
Yeah.
Big shame. I wanted to finish him off.
You say honestly, if you hadn't charged, if you had just kept like shooting them, you might have just done more damage better there.
The unit has grown weary,
maybe.
Sir.
On this side, my Wilder's cav also managed to take out one of the Hood's arty. I believe it was Hunter Killer's arty, and he didn't tell us he was going AFK, but apparently he ran to make a gorgeous hot dog or corn dog or something like that, is what he told me after the game. And so he wasn't here. He said he just came back to his arty being right in front of the cav, and he tried to run away, but it didn't work in time.
However, I have to say, I think I have the better AFK story of how I still did not get annihilated with the angle.
Sir, this day will soon be yours.
Yeah, a lot
the
of
AI calling it for us like 10 minutes in. The day will soon be yours. I'm like, dude, we haven't even seen their army yet. Calm down.
Yeah,
they do push hard through on this right side. outside of just stacking hoods, which wouldn't have been an issue due to stacking 10th and 5th here, they also pull, I believe it's Pickett that comes down. Pickett comes down and surrounds this left flank and pushes them pretty hard over here. Even attempts to overrun their artillery and everything, so it gets crazy later. But yeah, for the time being, there's going to be some arty barraging over here, and it's going to be kind of just a wait and see. And most of it is going to go crazy right here.
Yeah, this is the fight where everything happens at the moment. Mostly,
I did lose my howitzers, like, immediately. They come back for a little bit, and they do a little bit of... Actually, they do, if I remember correctly, they do some pretty solid damage in the trees for a while.
I have to abandon them.
Yeah, and then I do tell you just go ahead and step back and let them go, and they end up falling. But Clue stands in front of them and holds the line in front of them for a good long time, because they lost their cavalry like as soon as I deployed them, so I could not relimber and move. So.
Oh, you did a suicide charge with cavalry. Or what were you doing with cavalry?
Yeah. They it was more or less a suicide charge. I figured these guys would probably break them ultimately, but I wanted to get this. Because I had already broken 2 artillery pieces over on this side, I believe.
Yeah, we broke 2 artillery on both sides.
And if I got this one, it was 3, and it took out like all of their arty on this flank. It took out like 12 or 14 guns total.
Actually, if I think about it, you taking out this artillery made this right flank loss actually less painful, I think.
Yeah, because I end up losing here, but they do rout. So they end up buying more time because they have to shift arty and men over because they don't have the ability to beat them without the arty support.
Yeah. The 10th Corps and 5th Corps, though, are advancing.
Howitzers came back, and the siege and the howitzers are now slaughtering here.
No, the siege and the howitzers aren't. It's my Parrot guns and my howitzer combined with your howitzer. The siege is fully focused on that right flank. Remember, Chaotic was refusing to send any shots.
No, I feel like the siege has switched over here already. Let's look at
No. Right towards the right flank.
Yep, it looks like they're towards the right. You are right. They are still over there.
Chaotic was refusing to send any shots towards my side. He sent nothing.
Yeah, because he was... I mean, they did have a lot of troops clustered over here, though, so it was pretty shooting for a while.
Only cluster bombs were invented.
Yeah, my Wilder ate dirt, but they made worthy sacrifices and killed like 2 or 3 arty pieces over there and got a bunch of guns out off the field, and that was worth it. This army comes into view over here because we pushed our skirms up, but this guy just sits here. And Clue was asking me to push up, and I understand your point, Clue. I probably should have pushed up sooner, but I killed him so easily, for one, because he just sat here and let me bombard the shit out of him. Like, I started taking these 3-inch and Parrot guns here and just fucking up his line. And he just started taking loss after loss, and he couldn't sustain it. And he just sat there and took it. And then Ethan.
Okay, think about Ethan, right? If you look at these woods, some of these woods count. But the ones in front of the army
right
that he's about
about here on the map. So right about where he's passing now is the end of what counts as like real woods on the map. Up here is kind of bugged, and it's, decorative is the best word. It doesn't really give you the hiddens factor. By the way he was taking losses, I'm not even really sure they counted for cover and everything. They might have. I could be wrong about that. You know, I'm not an expert on it by any means. But the way the losses
really
were piling in, it did not feel like he was getting the normal bonuses you would expect from tree cover.
I'm gonna be honest, also, forming up in front of those trees, I was absolutely terrified. The reason I was scared was I was scared of him advancing and fighting me in a charge, as I'm Union Confederates, having that charge fight, and my line to spin and thin and spread out as I
Oh, okay, you were worried about
Let's go see what it looks like from their perspective in those trees. Oh, they're just advancing up. Damn, that was so good.
And then you pull
Yeah,
back
here I
a little
pulled
bit.
back. Yeah, I was like, I ain't getting too close. Oh yeah, your house is broke. That's why. I was like, yeah.
They push right up to the edge of the tree.
Yeah, look how cool that is. Like the men in the background, everything. Oh, he's putting himself in his circle position. Like I've actually got a little curving on him.
Yep. You were able to like basically perfectly have him in like a little car. Oof, that already coming in. Oh god, right underneath my screen.
Yeah, look at those casualties already.
Yeah.
I've been able to your other cannon as
yeah,
well.
you can
not
see
shooting
my.
at the other guy.
You can see
I
my.
just shoot all your cannons.
Yeah, I know. I was following your advice at this point because these guys were clumped too hard. They were clumped too hard to sit still at this close of a range to our cannons. At this point, he should have used his melee advantage and charged. After you pointed out that melee field that you had, I really think you're right. If he had like charged straight at your center, he could have broken through your center like paper and split you in two.
Let's go look at that left flank though. Look at it on the mini-map. It's taking absolute damage. This is what we meant. Left flank, I'm actually shifting over my reserves.
The flank has set in now. Got this about to be fully formed. He's splitting off some divisions to try and hurry them. They are desperately sieging them party. And my wilders came back and are trying to do what I can to hold them off a little bit.
See on the mini-map, 8 divisions moving over, 4 from Chaotic and 4 from me.
Chaotic and Clue, who were both the only two to actually hold reserves back in the center, or near the center, were pushing all of those forces over to try and slam this flank in the back. Try and save these 10th and 5th Corps forces that are pinned up against the edge of the arena.
Sadly, it did not work. That is a real shame there.
It is a brutal fucking battle all the way through. There are insane casualties on both sides all the way through.
It looked like we were going to lose at one point. It really did.
Oh, we were getting pushed incredibly hard.
You mean these guys lost? You mean you were fine?
The 10th Corps and 5th Corps here, I will say I think they should have had some forces stop a couple more times than they did in order to slow down the advance. Because these guys weren't going to actively charge into them, not straggling around like that. If they had stepped it out and separated their forces a little bit, I think they could have gotten some shots in, slowed them down, killed some people, maybe made them form up here and there. And it would have been better, I think. But he forms up here, now he immediately... I don't know. I can't tell.
The issue with forming up is they don't want to get caught in melee again. That's the issue. Union melee. Shit.
I know they never got caught in melee until the very end, though, and then they didn't hold their ground until like all the way back here. And at that point, it was kind of too late. Like I think they hold the line once right here, but that's about it.
You actually engaged quite early on. 15 minutes in, you actually engaged.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were just freaking out. It made it sound much worse than it really was. Like I hadn't waited and sat, but I mean,
you did take a while to actually fully push him. To be fair, like fully commit. It's like you were like taking a passive fully line fight. And again, if you look at me as well, like he's really clumped up and fighting me with Ethan. If you look at Ethan again in these woods, he's
he's trying to pull. It looks like he's trying to pull more forces into the woods. He's just taking losses out here. He does have superior shooters for the most part, which is why you are kind of beat up. But at the same time, you know, between his encirclement, the artillery fire, and I don't think this counts as real woods. Like, I feel like, if anything, my artillery is getting through too easy. My artillery is not, like, hitting trees and shit over here. It's just hitting the ground and people. That feels like a pretty clear indicator to me that something's buggy with the trees here.
Well, it's clear with the mini-map.
Yeah, that shows it, but it could just be a misindicator. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Like I said,
look how
I'm not
cool
an
it
expert
looks.
on that particular
My
aspect.
front line firing and then the back line there ready in case anything happens. Like I shift the reserve line in front of these guys in the woods. It just looks so cool.
Honestly, you probably could have broken them faster if you switched these guys up a little earlier.
Now I
'Cause
was
these
just
guys are
keeping
already.
them fresh.
Yeah, but these guys are already
Those fresh
tired.
guys, Olympia, actually help me out. Think about it.
Yeah, but you get them fresh in like 2 minutes. Like, look at this. These
And,
yeah,
you're doing fine.
These guys are
Olympia-
already winded. These guys are gonna be shooting, and these guys are fresh again in 2 minutes. And I know you're not doing you don't need to do a fire in advance. I'm just saying move them in and pull those guys out and
Yeah,
let them take
my main
over.
thing was I think I just didn't want to get shot in the back because again I was just worried.
I know you
and
were.
taking advantage.
I know. But if you move them up first, wait until they get to like right here,
Yeah.
and then move those guys back.
Yeah, I could have probably done that to be fair. But again, my guys being super fresh over there, it allowed for them to stay like almost basically fully healthy for when you're seeing them. Oh, me and Chaos
See,
were right from that.
Like
left
here,
flank,
he's
yeah,
moving
right
up
flank.
some quote unquote fresh troops, but they've still taken like almost 40 losses and 20 losses. Even his fresh ones are kind of crazy.
We've pushed in on that flank. We're starting to form up
Yeah,
and start
he had to
shooting.
break off a Pickett who came over to flank initially. Had to break off a huge chunk of his forces to try and deal with this.
I mean,
Like
yeah,
honestly,
they form up here. It's
I
actually
think-
not been their death sentence. They shouldn't have formed up here. They just allowed them to encircle them.
Yeah, honestly, if these two regiments had thrown themselves into like these two regiments, then the rest of them probably could have broken through the woods here and made it out without getting trapped along the back of the wall.
Yeah, they formed up a full line.
Because they had the edge on them, and this third USCT is amazing in melee, so... And if I'm not mistaken, the 54th Massachusetts isn't bad. It's... so... They probably could have broken through. Especially because Pickett has no melee defense. Over here, my fire in advance is kind of melted large parts of this line. He's got some stiff resistance still, but it kind of breaks down quickly over here now that I'm actually engaged. Right about the same time I start breaking Hatler, Clue started seeing a 1 or 2 breaks over here in Ethan with Early. And then when I move troops to your left side, to Ethan's right, his like whole right side just breaks immediately. Just peels off.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this map like. I'm
Look at it.
thinking of infantry unit now linking it with artillery, which you told me to deal with in the forest. But it gets broken soon after.
Oh, the cannon fire. All the muskets. This is crazy. I love this.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Oh god, Olympia left flank, left flank. No, right flank, sorry. You can see it, they're starting to get overrun and break.
Yeah, the
Mass
entire left
breaks.
side broke over here. Pickett has amazing... Oh, no, they charged with Hood, it looks like. I could be wrong, but it looks like they charged with Hood. Broke
It
out
does say Hood in the name, Olympia, so I think it's Hood.
I'm just saying, they're pulling back. I don't know if they charged and now they're dropping back, or if these guys did the charge.
They
and
did
they're still
charge, they
pulling.
charged the 10th Corps guys.
Yeah, but this is Pickett, see? That's why I don't know if it was the Hoods guys or the Pickett's guys. So...
Most likely the Hoods, because they've got the chevrons. As well as
Oh,
the
you're
Pickets
right.
as
Didn't
well.
even notice that. Good point.
Yeah, look, his colours are now getting caught in melee. Charging the 10th, charging their general in to try help. Keep them in the
Just
melee
trying to
fight.
rally people. Danger close on those siege
Even
weapons.
Ethan advancing on me, I'd be in the same position as these guys if Ethan had advanced on me, but he's just sitting there.
Yeah, because about this time, you were AFK.
I'm AFK, yeah, nothing's changing.
And
Actually, no,
Ethan...
I came back now. I had come back.
Yeah,
I
you
got
might
AFK
have already. How much?
Yeah, again, this is my weakness. So if you look at my playstyle right now, I've spread out long, thin lines just to get the most shooting out of it.
You are starting to cause a little bit. You caused one break here.
Again, they just not got enough men because those reserve lines were taking beatings as well.
And they kept told us to...
You got charged. You got charged here. It's really
yeah, but they don't do jack shit. Look, break one.
Yeah, they don't have enough morale. That's why.
And I'd already switched my my line equipped for melee up front, so...
I think I was saying can't charge.
Yep, and I was slowly clicking it. Oh no, a couple of people got clicked off. I had a bad click, or random weird command, I don't know. But shatter, they shatter.
It's the only
I think this one
healthy
actually holds for a second. Yeah, a second.
And this is the moment when Ethan is about to get outflanked as well, and Ethan just
yeah,
starts
because
to
I go
lose.
ahead and move a bunch of these troops over to his side and start shooting him. Yeah, at that point, it was a desperate charge. I mean, look at the dead bodies here. Just casualties all over the field.
I just shooting. A few units that came back, but because he had already done the charge, he basically screwed himself. That charge was pointless. He could have delayed you a bit longer if he hadn't charged.
And it gave me some good chevrons. Not gonna lie. I lost 20 men, 25 men, 21 men, 31.
Yeah, here goes your army.
Okay, that one actually lost a bit. 50-ish. And yeah, my army's shifting now, but Ethan's right side has already started to crumble. That artillery beating I've been putting over here, along these guys shooting at him at close range, or fairly close range. It's just been
your
brutal.
artillery, my guy.
It's just been...
Don't take all the credit.
I mean, mine are the two shooting at the right side right here. I was literally targeting Rory.
I actually start shifting those reserves, she was saying like,
yeah,
to the left to try corner him.
Yeah, because I started calling for you to try and box him in so that when I pushed him on this side, he couldn't push out.
I have to...
Scoring from the shells. All these bodies.
It just looks so cool. This mod is really nice. I really like how this mod looks. The devs of this have done a good job.
Boom, and now we're just going to completely switch over to the last stand of the right flank. 10th Corps lost all of its troops over there. They're just hard shifting.
Over in our little reserve push.
They were trying their best here, but yeah, y'all got kind of...
Holding an entire army. That's an entire army right there.
Yeah, I think there's one or two pickets still chasing the 5th Corps over here. But for the most part, you have all the pickets over there.
Yeah, how many are we even outnumbered by now? That's a ton.
Over here, we're pretty heavily outnumbered by you.
Heavily outnumbered.
Well...
Blimey. It's around 4 units.
I mean, you have numbers on them.
Yeah,
maybe not entirely, but like they have more lines. But you probably have like just right there. You probably have like maybe 250 less than them.
Maybe, but it doesn't look as good for us because if you look at my men, they've taken a big beating. My units.
Yeah, but you spread yours out and don't take any reserves.
Can't use any reserves here.
No, not there. I'm just talking about yeah, he tries to shift here and hold off some, but Yeah, and here, he was trying to pull through the woods, didn't quite make it, so he set up for his last stand and just tried to take as many as he could with him. It didn't really go great. Like, honestly, like, he broke, there was one or two regiments, I think, that broke due to, like, arty and fire and everything, but other than that, I will admit, we've made it through with relative ease. Not just ease, like light casualties, you know?
Yeah, they didn't take too many casualties. This was when we thought we were going to lose.
Yeah, this is when we were thinking we were going to lose, because we were trying to sprint this artillery out into some kind of position that would make it effective.
He didn't pull it out in time. He kept it formed up.
Yeah, he didn't. I was recommending it was pulled, but it never did get pulled. And they're holding here for a little bit longer, but then they end up pulling back to about here-ish. And we form right in front of the siege guns, and that's what kind of sustains us on this side for a minute. Until, at this point, I have told Clue to march his entire, like, right side over there. Right? Its entire thing shifted. It was like, go, go. I've got the rest of Ethan. You just go help them. They need so much help.
I think you were telling me to encircle Ethan Olympia a bit at one point.
We did earlier. I did tell you earlier, but then after 5th Corps completely collapsed and they were pushing through the woods, that's like, you were completely hard abandoning here. I was like, no, just go. Just go. Just full push. Just fucking go.
You're abandoning.
I'm across. I'm into the woods. I got right into his face. I was like, yeah, you did leave. Looks like 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, I left a few because I was like, I might as well keep on this side.
Yep.
2.
Looks like 2.
Kept 2.
Maybe 3. Yeah, 3. Kept 3 over here to help me finish off him, but then you took this entire right side.
Anyway.
You took this whole right side over there.
It took me anyway. Yeah, but me and Chaotic here are just literally fighting a fire and retreat. Set full in our position. We're not being pushed into a corner. We're being pushed to an open field. This was a really cool match.
It was. It was a really, really good match.
The fact that I went AFK and didn't get beaten as well really makes me laugh.
Well, Ethan was just scared because he had the morale loss from the general leaving.
Yeah, but as much as it does cause like damage to the morale, it's not that bad.
No, I know. Honestly, he should have just gone. I understand the trepidation, but he should have just gone. He still has such a melee advantage.
Again, I know exactly how he feels. So also, yeah, for context, I had to rush.
Hey, Clue.
The chickens away.
Look.
You took it out. The chickens come. Look at the actual fight.
It worked. Anyways.
Oh, you lost a unit already. Yeah, Ethan was just full pulling. He sadly was not able to connect his army. Because if you look on that, I think I said like one bit on that hill, yeah. You see that unit which you told me to charge his artillery with, I think I actually keep that eventually. That unit there, I actually turn it around. I eventually do turn it around.
Yeah.
If you know. But yeah, currently fighting a losing battle. The mortars do sadly get lost. But again, they've actually come into all the other artillery that was not shooting.
But at this moment, they're shooting some brutal pot shots at these.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was a little long or short, depending on who he was aiming at. But once they form up here and hold them...
Again, this actually point, we actually pull further back from this. This is where we said we had to hold for now.
And then they pull back again.
Again,
I will say at this point, I mean,
you can see it coming Olympia on the minimap. My army's almost there.
I know the reinforcements coming over the hill. Like, come on, boys. But no, seriously. I mean, there was what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 regiments that were.
You just counted
holding.
General. You just
I did.
General.
6 regiments basically that were holding off. I would say basically by the time these guys get here, a corps and a half.
Yeah.
It's 2 full cores, but with the losses they've taken,
I
it's
do
about a
think
core
what
and a
helps
half.
as well, though, disconnected. He lagged out the game.
Yeah, it does
Not yet,
happen in
though.
a few
Not
minutes.
yet. Not
No,
yet.
no. Yeah, in a few more minutes he will. But Pickett was kind of already lost at that point, to be fair. You surround him
Army's
here,
coming in. Yeah,
and
you can see the units that there's like 2 units which actually stopped advancing to try and see if they can like form up and shoot Ethan a little bit. Like those units, there's like 2 you can see in the field which are just so in total I had like 5 units there. But I was just trying to make sure Ethan could not reconnect. Basically, they were kind of like acting as a vanguard.
yeah. And I was just keeping pressure on his backside, just slow marching out the woods, wrapping around his top. You were on his bottom and his front. We had them wrapped up here.
The moment I was
You know,
just look, it's
honestly,
different.
I hate that I hate that he got slaughtered like that, but at the same time, Josh did do a great job at buying us time. Because I mean, look, you know, there's 21 minutes left, and Hoods is just now finished killing him and getting over here.
He
At
thought
this
we were
point,
losing this.
yeah,
thought
we
we were
did. We
losing
thought we were
still.
gonna lose at this point, but to be fair,
Okay.
it took until 21 minutes for Hood's Corps to finish off Josh and 5th Corps and get over to the fight here. While at this point, you know, I had already finished off Hatler, pushed through Ethan's right side, and you and I were both pushing our armies down towards to help on this side. So, I mean, he did end up getting rolled a little bit, but, you know, it happens sometimes, and at the same time, it was just... he bought time, you know? He bought exactly the amount of time we needed.
Yeah, I actually got broke. My unit's broke. It does come back, but
Oh, one of them, the 89th Illinois. Darn.
they're actually a good melee unit.
I know, but like, one unit broke. It's okay. We're gonna see if we can't get some of these
Again,
mortar
the reason we
shots.
think we're losing is we see an entire army collapsing in an hour, right? And
Yeah,
we're
it's
just like,
because
oh, God.
literally you've got Chaotix 97th Pennsylvania about to try and hold off all this. Those mortar shots, though, and then
Well, for a lot of it breaks due
the
to
32nd
mortars and
Parrots, also 32-pound Parrots, also. We're putting some crazy shots on these guys.
I've also got my howitzers in the far back shooting down.
Yes, your howitzers had changed over. One of my guns was changing over. It might be, yeah, it's already firing over here. So, I mean, they are kind of clumped up. They do have a lot of men over here, but I think their biggest issue was because of the way they advanced and because of the way that y'all reinforced. We were able to kind of keep them in a clump. So even though they clapped one core and really kind of clapped Chaotic too, because his core just kind of got pushed through along with it, we were able to do so much consistent artillery damage to them that it just didn't matter. Their targets were too close. We were far more spread out than they were.
Another unit due to a misclick where it made them charge in. If you look over there, they do exactly as this union. If you watch, look at their morale just plummet in a melee fight. I tried to pull them off due to the misclick, but because Wolf was like, nah, use that. Actually, no, this was get back out. I do start shooting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Wolf had lagged out because he made his mass melee charge. He did say he was about to charge himself. He did say he was about to mass melee charge himself. And then he said right as he started it, he lagged out. So I don't know how much better it would have gone with him controlling if he had actually already started it. And I know microing could have helped a little, and he probably wouldn't have run them the same that the AI did. But, oh, he might have also... Actually, I think his general was already dead.
Yeah, look at Ethan though, we've caught Ethan
No,
in
his
a
general
hole.
was still alive, so...
Ethan's caught in a hole.
He might have gotten a little more damage, but I think ultimately he still would have lost that melee. And then, yeah, he has just been surrounded now.
I think
we're
that
just
if you do
slowly
charge an
advancing
artillery
on.
Olympia as well, I shift the unit around and go into the back of his.
No, I take
Yours
this.
doesn't make it. Yours
Yeah.
breaks. Mine does the killing blow. Such a good battle though.
So good. I mean, look at that. Now the box then is happening. He's trying desperately to hold this 3-point just for the hit points.
So I think we win on points as well. No, we don't actually. If he holds that 3-point, they win.
Your men have been routed, sir.
However, we do eventually. We just fully kill them. We actually fully annihilate them. Chaotic was like. I think at this point was when we started to think we can win because Wolf's army are completely gone.
Yeah, once Wolf's army had disintegrated, and they did finally push through those mortars. But I mean, you know, half man, less than half man. These ones took so. Ooh, Jesus Christ! Those parrot guns just annihilated those men.
Yeah, all of those.
That was like 18 losses and like 7 losses there. That's
But the other
insane.
unit as well survived. That one that took 18 losses. Like, no, it's only 18. Oh crap, we're getting bullied as well. Run!
Alright,
Yeah,
no,
he
no,
did
no,
actually
we're
send a
on there.
unit to try charge my artillery, and no, your artillery. But we just put in the canister on it and it breaks.
I think he charges yours. He gets through the parrot gun. He charges straight through the parrot gun, and I think he gets to yours too, doesn't he? Doesn't he get your 10-pound parrots?
He doesn't take it out. No, he breaks.
Okay. I was gonna say, I remember he goes after them, but I remember that mine are fine. Your howitzers stay. Because
Look
they're
at my
behind me.
house chevrons though. Like against Ethan, my
Oh,
house
I
is
know.
chevrons.
Look how much... Look at this. 8-star, 8-star. This is a 7-star, and it's coming over from the other flank.
Sorry for interrupting you, but just look at that encirclement. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Fires around it. Also, yeah, look, you're about to see the units are shifting around to do the charge. Can you see it walking up? It's not walking up yet, I guess, but you can see which one it's going to be, can't you?
Well, I mean, I would hope it's this one. No other one makes sense. And at this point, his lines are just desperately trying to hold, just do anything to
Yeah,
keep
both
us
of them are
back.
actually in a curve. Look, I've got a curve on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically Chaotic's completely dead over there. It's
Yeah,
just me.
Chaotic lost the last of his troops. I think someone came back over here for him.
It was his mortars.
Yeah, it was his mortars, and he hid them in the woods. That was great. Ooh, they're charging it.
They do break.
They did get through those 32-pound parrots.
I think they break.
No, you kind of whiffed that shot.
No, they break. I remember them breaking. They're losing the melee fight. They reach it and losing the melee. Remember. They do lose.
Man, because I switch over to canister specifically because of this issue.
No, they lose in the melee. Look,
They might lose. Yeah, it looks like they are gonna
lose.
break.
They did lose. I remember.
That's
I remember
insane.
they did lose.
That's
I know.
insane. These guys were supposed to have like literally 0 melee. No,
They got like 2 melee.
they lost like. Oh, it might be your chevrons actually.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
chevrons give increase to melee stats, don't they?
It gives increase to all stats.
Yeah. So yeah, that.
Yeah.
So I think if that
artillery
was
guys.
if everyone put 1 chevron on your artillery so that it can defend itself.
And if you look in that background though, look at that mini map and all of those breaking units from the enemy. Like they had. That's where we thought we were going to lose, and now look how many have just broken in this
Yeah.
recent fight.
They're just
That
all
was
broken
supposed to make
off.
us lose. If that had all
Unit that's
remained,
used
we would
all
have still
available
lost.
ammunition.
Oh yeah, and then I used all ammunition in one of my units. We had finally broken them off for the last here.
Oh yeah, look at me chasing him down like you ain't getting away. Just running him down.
He formed up a couple units here, and we sent some to deal with it. But the last issue, yeah. Chaotic sprinted his mortars back out, and he was like, "Shoot him! Shoot him again!"
Yeah, and then look, he's rushing over in melee, and I think he's like, uh-oh, and mortars are gone.
Yeah, I think he was kind of shit out of luck at this point, but you know. Heal
It's
him.
in a chaotic. Has my general been sitting in that back corner the whole match?
Yeah. Yeah. Mine too, though, if it makes you feel any better. Neither of us even used our generals this entire game. Ooh.
Jesus, the artillery.
I was gonna say, oh my
Oh.
god. Holy crap. You can see where it did it.
Really do help our artillery, I'm not gonna lie. Chevrons really
God.
make artillery more brutal.
I mean, also, to be fair, this distance, you know, we got like 3-inch batteries right at this distance.
Yeah, we've got like 2, 3.
And it's got
batteries.
fucking 8 chevrons. And then I've got my parrots right here with
Other
7.
And then you've also got my artillery of
Oh
chevrons.
yeah,
and
it's
my
got,
howitzer
what,
with
3
8.
over there? Your howitser's got 8. Like,
Ridiculous.
look at this aiming line, too. Like, it's just shooting dead ahead right there. Oh my god, hit them all down in there.
The unit that was retreating.
Oh my god! Brutal. 3 dead men.
They're not even as brutal as they used to. Yeah, this was the final moment. I think they all break here as well. Look, if I was up to point blank, fully break him.
Their general has fallen.
Yeah, that's a general.
Yeah, he trusts the general in my units. Yeah, these 2 units that just pass out point blank, shoot them and they go. That about wrapped it up as well, the units. Really close battle. It looked like we were going to lose at the start. Look at my men just coming over as well. All those units running, like, it doesn't... They outnumbered us at one point. It's literally the fact that...
I
all
don't
those
think they
units are
actually
close
outnumbered
to
us. Like, I think total we did outnumber them.
No, like, I mean with units, like that, those armies that attacked Josh and shit. If Wolf had been able to hold his men a bit more, he would have been fine, but Wolf advanced up on us. If Wolf had been a bit more patient, I think they would have won. Oh, look at that! Down on the left, that men just got absolutely shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes in for a charge and loses. 3,
Charge!
2, 1. He will not. Yeah, he will break. Yeah, discharge. He doesn't even make it. He will make it like into the melee and then break as soon as he reaches me.
Yeah.
And then that's the game. 55-minute match. As you know, 50 minutes. 10 minutes to spare. Nice long battle.
Yep.
Yeah,
Final
look at all those
screen
unit stuff.
here. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. These stats were incredible. Battle was amazing, and I appreciate Clue coming by and commenting with me. Insane numbers of losses. It's a bloody, bloody day. Yeah. 206 on the Parrots, 18. Yep. All right. GG, everybody.